In today's video, I'm going to be talking about the E86 BMW Z4 M Coupe. We're going to learn about why it is a future classic, go over the exterior and interior, and take it out for a drive. The Z4 M Coupe was the successor to the Z4 M Coupe, which over the years gained a reputation of looking a bit weird thanks to its styling. The E86 Coupe, however, looked a little bit more sleek, very much like the BMW range from the mid-2000s, during the time when Chris Bangle was in charge of the designs. It was powered by the S54 straight-six engine shared with the legendary BMW E86 M3. It had components such as brakes and the steering rack from the hardcore M3 CSL. And to some people, including myself, it definitely looks more special than the sedan-shaped E86 M3. It had a price tag of 133,000 Australian dollars. There weren't many options, however, there were 13 colours to choose from, and I'd like to thank Highlands Garage for allowing me to film their Z4M listed for sale at their showroom in the Southern Highlands. I have linked their details in the description below. Okay, let's walk around the car, starting with the front. You had a motorsport front bumper bar with additional air intakes and xenon headlights, low and high beam. They're automatic, of course. You had 18-inch M light alloy double spoke wheels with brakes borrowed from the M3 CSL. They're ventilated front and rear, and the benefit to that is you can stop really quickly. You're going really fast. And just on the side, you have that distinctive styling element for all Z4s, an additional motorsport badge with side indicator lamps integrated within the BMW logo. And moving to the side, profile of the car definitely looks a little bit more unique than a Cayman. That shooting brake styling rather than a hatchback, what the Z4 M had. And the coupe was based on the update series, so you had LED integration just on the rear tail lights there. You have the motorsport bumper bar with the 4 dual exhaust pipes, and they put an M badge on the back as well instead of a Z4 badge because BMW wants you to identify this as an M Coupe, so they removed all the Z4 badges. Let's now move on to the interior. Here is your key, your lock, and to unlock you push the arrow twice. And the interior, unlike the 3 Series and the 5 Series of the mid-2000s, the Z4 had a really simple, classic design. It's very easy to get a comfortable driving position behind the wheel. In addition to purchasing the Z4M, what extras did you get? You had this carbon look leather, and that continues on the center console as well as soft Napa leather on the doors, a leather wrapped 3-spoke steering wheel with the blue and red stitching just on the side here and the M logo. Just on the door sills you had the motorsport badge in front of you. You're sat in these electrically adjustable with memory function Napa leather motorsport chairs that really hug you in. They've also got bottom support just down there, as well as heated seats. You had a short throw 5-speed manual with the M logo in the middle, and that illuminates at night. You had a traditional instrument cluster and the Z4M going up to 300, just showing basic functions like your fuel and your temperature. And when you start up the car, as you can see on the needles, it's trying not to make you rev the engine over 5,000 RPM when the engine is cold. Now that the engine is up to 90 degrees, you can pretty much rev it up to the red line if you wanted to. So let's now move on to the infotainment. So the infotainment, what is it? It is running radio business on this control panel with the additional LC screen integrated onto the top of the dashboard. It's a 16.9-inch display that you can adjust. So the infotainment, how does it work? Well, it's very basic. You use this wheel to swivel through the different settings, your volume. It has AM and FM with a CD player integrated. So it does have a television. Push that menu button to go back to the main menu. It does have GPS navigation. You can change your map positioning, input a destination, change the scale. It had a really early Bluetooth integration system with a 6 CD stacker just in that storage area. If you're just using the radio or just basic functions, it is pretty easy to use. In terms of the safety tech, you had cruise control, side airbags, and just on the steering wheel as well, you had a rain sensor, automatic headlights, and parking sensors. Now there are three ways to open the boot: just the button next to the engine bay latch, the button on the key, or this BMW logo, push it up, and it opens. Inside the boot, there's 281 litres of cargo space, and from what I can see, very big for your everyday luggage. In addition, a cargo net that connects onto the top tailgate, along with more storage for your battery, puncture repair kit and toolkit. Before we go on a drive, let's just talk about the specifications. You just pop this latch open and it reveals the engine bay. Okay, so in the engine bay, the engine we're looking at here is what's known as the S54. It is a 3.2 litre straight six double Vanos system, and it produces 285 kilowatts and 500 newton meters of torque, all pulled along by a 5-speed manual sending drive to the rear wheels. 0 to 100 in 5 seconds, and a top speed limited to 250. What was different with the Z4M, it had a wider front track, the rack and pinion from the M3 CSL, and a larger rear subframe to accommodate the M limited slip differential, and a reworked power steering pump out of the M3 as well. So that's everything you need to know about the engineering. Let's go for a drive. As it sits so low to the ground, it really suits, this engine really suits this body style. Roads are a bit bumpy, it sits on sport suspension, but the seats are so comfortable you barely notice the harshness of the suspension. So we'll just push this sport button, that sharpens up the throttle response, and gear changes are a little bit more vigorous. So driving around town, it's pretty much like a standard Z4. If you take it out of sport, the transmission isn't as lurchy, it's fine, and it's got a fantastic stereo. As mentioned, it's got very comfortable seats. The E86 M3, just tapping the throttle, the acceleration becomes very sensitive, it's very shaky. So if you're on a country drive, just leave it out of sport when you're driving around town. Brand new, this costs the same as an E46 M3, and many people just bought the E46, it was more practical. The S54 and the M3 E46 is a fantastic sports coupe, whereas this feels like a proper sports car. In this car you sit lower, so you feel more connected to the road. BMWs make terrific manual transmissions, and the steering is precise, the acceleration, it's very quick. And so that's everything you need to know about the Z4 M Coupe. I think these are very rare and undervalued, with unique styling and raw performance, and I definitely think it is a true future classic motorsport BMW.